Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Divine Barrel Brewing Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So you can see this label is not their normal label where they make a custom label. It's kind of the generic one they do that I think they put on crowlers normally, but they started canning pretty much everything that they put on tap because the tap rooms aren't open right now. This beer is called The Lightest Thing We Have. I'm guessing just by that name you can tell what this is. It just says American Lager. So if you don't get that, it's basically a lot of people come into breweries who aren't super familiar with craft beer. I've heard it at breweries a million times, and I'm not looking down on those people that say this, but it happens. They just say, "What's the lightest thing you have?" Because they're used to drinking light American lager, so they want the lightest beer, from whatever brewery they go to. So that's what this is in reference to. It is 5.2 ABV, which is kind of. I was hoping with something called that this would be lighter than that. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but like if you're gonna do 5.2, make it like I would hope it would be a pilsner and not like just an. I hope it doesn't taste like a generic light lager because if it tastes like that, then I wish it was like at least lower in alcohol. Anyways, I've not had this before. That's why I bought it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna crack it open and see what we got. I don't think. I'm trying to think of all the. Wow, this looks really light. I'm trying to think of all the different reviews of their beers that I've done. I don't know that I've done a lager for them yet on this channel. Because they don't usually can the lagers. They're usually just on tap, but most of them have been really nice. All the German and Belgian style stuff that they've done, I've actually really liked. I know a lot of people go there for their West Coast IPAs, which are fantastic. They're some of I think the best ones I've had in the country. Other the newer version of ones, and they like the fruited kettle sour stuff they do. It's pretty good versions of those. Uh, so I would say it's slightly darker than a traditional American light lager, but it is pretty light. It's a lighter golden color. Maybe I would even call it darker straw with a small white head. Now that head does look like a head that would be sitting on top of like a Bud Light or something like that. So it definitely has more hop aroma than a traditional American light lager, which is a good thing. It's a little bit of like spicy noble hop character, but there's a little bit of like orangey hop too. And I do get I do get some like crackery malt, but a little bit of like a corny character too. It smells decent. So it's definitely not a pilsner because I'd say that aroma is almost misleading of sorts because the aroma was fairly hop forward, but it's not. It definitely still has more hop flavor than a light lager, but it's not up to the pilsner category. I mean, if I would liken this to like a German style, I would say this is basically a Helles. That's what I would say. I mean, there is a little bit of spicy hop character just to balance it out, but the flavor is mostly driven by the malt. There is a little bit of a corn flavor. Uh, I do get some like Pilsner malt. Um, sorry, I was My dog ran across the screen. I thought he had something in his mouth, but he's okay. I do get some Pilsner malt, but that corn character is definitely there. This really is a kind of an in between like a traditional Helles and an actual like American light lager. So I think I think they did a really good job of trying to make it as close as possible to what the people who are asking that question would want, and something that's still palatable and drinkable that craft beer drinkers would like. So I think they really are tiptoeing on that line really well. Uh, I don't I don't know what this costs. If it was really cheap, because I got this in I got it at a curbside pickup and I just got a total, so I don't know what each can was. If it's like abnormally cheap, I might buy it, but I I don't. I think I'm just gonna give this one a drink because if I want a Helles or a Pilsner, I can get that from other breweries for I'm guessing the same price as this. Or if I actually want something that is like really flavorful and actually really light, and I can't imagine that this is any cheaper than the beer I'm about to say. Burial Inner Tube is 3.6, 3.8%. So flavorful, and it's cheap as hell too. It's like $9 for a 6 pack of 12-ounce cans, and I can't imagine this might be like around the same price, but I can't imagine this is cheaper than that. And I would like that beer more than this. So on my scale of buy drink dump, I'm gonna just give this a drink. But that's not to say that they didn't do a good job with this, and I think it really makes sense. I don't think they have this on all the time, but if they did, or I recommend that they do have this on all the time, because for the people who want something like this is really good. And if I was at the brewery, I could see myself ordering one of these too if I just wanted something really nice and easy drinking. It fits that bill. But if I'm going out and really want like a nice American local made lighter lager, I'm probably gonna get some like the Burial Inner Tube or something from somewhere else. So I think that's all I got in this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.